In the last episode of the podcast, where I've been showing the frameworks and systems we created to help massage therapists learn how to easily double their income without working any harder or getting burnt out. In part 3, we introduced the idea of how to increase your capacity by cutting your treatment times in half. Throughout these episodes, I have done some deep dives on changing your mindset, getting you to become a problem solver, and wrapping your head around the idea of doing less treatment so you can make more. Now that you understand that I'm not crazy and this stuff really does work, it's time to market yourself as a true solutions provider so you can get the rewards from implementing our system. I hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to the Soft Tissue Revolution podcast, where we show massage therapists how to easily double their income while keeping their bodies healthy by implementing our new injury evaluation and treatment methods. I hope you enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soft Tissue Revolution podcast. Dr. Matt Maggio here. We're on part 4 of our 4 of 4 series. And this is the last episode in that series. Has some really good downloads on the last 3 episodes. People have been reaching out, asking me questions, asking for help. Found out if I'm crazy or if I'm full of shit, and if this program can truly help. And it can. So over the past 3 episodes, I've been showing our frameworks of our system called the Peak Method. And hopefully, you've begun to wrap your mind on starting to believe in yourself as more of like a soft tissue injury expert. Then you got to be open to the idea of actually figuring out what is wrong with your client instead of just applying treatment mindlessly. Then we got you on the train of pulling different profit levers, specifically the capacity levers. Because as I said before, this series is all about doubling your income, but not working any harder or getting burnt out. Now, if you've wrapped your head around all this and you believe it and you're like, yeah, this is actually something that makes sense. This guy isn't full of shit. He isn't crazy. He's only half crazy. Now, we have to market and let the world know that you have an amazing solution to help fix their problem for good, with the added confidence of knowing you're one of the best out there. You get that swagger. You're taken seriously as a healthcare provider. So ideas. I've talked about this before in business, and a lot of people don't talk about it that much, but there's 5 core functions of business. I have a podcast. It's really early. I think it's in like the 10s or the 20s if you want to go back and listen to it. But essentially there's 5 core functions in business. First one is what's called lead generation, like how you actually get people to come in with your marketing, your messaging and everything. Next one is lead nurture, how you actually follow up with those people to get them to come in and make sure they come in. Next one is sales. Everyone knows what sales is. I talk about sales a lot all the time. Next one is delivery of the product. And then the last one is retention and upsell, how you get the people to actually stick around and come back. So basically, over the last 3 episodes, I've really handled the one that we all seem to focus on mostly, the delivery of the product. You know, that's where we all focus on. We keep going all these seminars, all this training, think we need more and more training, but we don't. But I made your product better with our system and learning how to actually figure out problems. So we got that good, because if you have a shit product, it doesn't matter how you market it. You can market everything, but if it's a shit product, no one's going to buy it in the long run. So now the sales will actually start taking care of itself because you have a kick-ass product, because you've implemented the Peak Method to make it stand out in a really crowded market. So I got some steps to help you get into the marketing side of all this, because at the end of the day, people still have to know who you are and you have to stand out in a crowded market. I made a video a few weeks ago talking about that. Like, how do you stand out? So I'm going to show you some steps in how to stand out in the crowded market and market yourself as that true solutions provider. So number 1, I'm going to get a sip of coffee for this one though. Number 1, seriously, pick a niche, specialize. I talk about this all the time. Quit trying to be a jack of all trades, master of none. I've talked about it on like 20 different podcasts. Pick a niche. Be the neck and shoulder person. Be the low back and hip. Be the knee person. Be the plantar fasciitis. Be the carpal tunnel person. But be that person. That allows you to be the true expert in your field. Because at the end of the day, people want to work with a true expert, someone as sharp as a tack and has some enthusiasm just like I have. Next, come up with your dream customer and who you really want to work with. I'm going to do a later podcast about that, about questions to ask about who you truly want to work with. You don't want to be for everybody. You want to be for a very specific type of customer. And go through, think about the customers and clients that you have right now, and think of those ones that are really ideal, those ones you really enjoy working with, and start asking yourself some questions about that, because you want to have more of those people. You don't want more of the pain in the ass people. You want more of the people that you truly want to work with. So you pick your niche, then pick your dream customer. Number 3, start to understand why people truly buy and invest in treatment. At the end of the day, they're buying off emotions and they want to get out of pain. But as practitioners that are pretty smart and analytical, we look at everything through an analytical frame and we try to explain everything in an analytical way, but that's not communicating with that person's brain in the right way. We have to communicate with them on an emotional level, because pain is emotional and people will do anything to get out of pain. Number 4, make your marketing about your client, how you can help. I have a really good podcast that talks about forming what's called your client-centric mission. Go back and listen to that one. It'll really help you figure out who you want to help, how you want to help, the change you want to make, and how you know you'll be successful. Because at the end of the day, people don't give a shit how you fix them or how you do it. They care more if they know it will work. Because at the end of the day, people don't want to make a bad decision. And a lot of times they've been burned, especially when it comes to injury treatment, because there's so many charlatans and bullshit snake oil salesmen out there that people are worried that they're going to make a bad decision and get burned. Next one, start being consistent with making content and information. Make a schedule, stick to it, and let the world know what you do and how you can help. Fuck worrying about what it looks like. Just hit record and be consistent. Record every day. Pick a channel that you want to do. I use them all. I use YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, podcasts, all that. But just share your story and what you want to do and how you want to help and what sets you apart from other people. That's how you're going to get a lot of free, organic type of traffic. But be consistent and quit worrying about what it looks like. Ask your clients questions, things that they're worried about. Understand things, explain things. Really set yourself apart as that true expert and sharp as a tack, because people are going to want to come to you to have them solve their problem. Last step, most important one, get help from us. Invest in our program. On the next episode, you're going to hear the story of Steve Singleton. He was our very first Peak Method trained practitioner who is a massage therapist. And you're going to hear a story of how he went from working in a Groupon graveyard, barely getting by, to in less than a year, making well over $300 an hour while working less and enjoying what he truly does. And truly, that sounds like it's too good to be true, but it's not. And on that podcast, he's going to share his journey of implementing the full Peak Method system and what it's done for him. He's done amazing, and we've had to do a lot of things, changing his mindset, his beliefs, and where he is. And he's no longer just a massage therapist. He is a soft tissue injury expert that commands the best prices and the best respect from his clients, and he's absolutely killing it. So stay tuned on that next episode. So got a couple call to action for today. First off, stop making excuses. Take some action, reach out to us, and get the help you need so you can be another success story just like Steve. And be taken serious as a true healthcare provider that actually solves people's injuries and pain with no gimmicks and no bullshit and no what's the last one? No gimmicks, no bullshit, and no nonsense. Yeah. That's what it is. So I hope you've learned a lot over these last 4 episodes. You know, these are some of the best information and podcasts I've made up to date, because I want to share my journey with you, my story, and how my frameworks can help. Because at the end of the day, we need to get people more access to good quality soft tissue care so we can put an end to the pain pill epidemic once and for all. And I know massage therapists have the best tools. They just got to change a few things, make a few tweaks, and you're going to really excel and crush it, even in a shitty economy and with COVID destroying everything. So that's all I got for you guys on this one. I appreciate you guys listening, staying along this journey. Stay tuned on the next episode. You're going to hear from Steve and really hear from a massage therapist how this system works and how it can transform your life and your business. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. If you found this podcast valuable, I hope you leave us a 5-star review. And if you want more content like this, go to thepeakmethod.com/process. Or if you want more information just like this, just hit subscribe.